things that you should think about as a business owner is, you start to hire employees. And, you're probably not big enough to hire in-house counsel and pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. But the same way that you're going to hire an employee that does whatever task you need them to do for your business, you should think about the fact that you should be hiring a broker that does what you need them to do for your business. And you should be hiring a lawyer that does what you need them to do for your business. They're just another employee. And when you're working with smaller law firms, you're working with smaller businesses, you should be mentally allocating some amount of time, money, effort, expenditure towards the lawyer employee. And there's other employees too, right? There's like the workers' comp insurance, and there's this and there's that.
Yep.
But the lawyer employee should be an arsenal in your toolbox. And a lot of people, what they don't do is they don't get that lawyer employee into their toolbox until it's, you're on your heels and it's reactionary. And I think there's so many cases that we see. 90% of the cases that we see is somebody that has a bad contract that they just didn't send to a lawyer. And now they need somebody to, help them work out of that. Or they have a bad situation. It's like, well, did you guys have a contract? Oh no, it was oral, right? Or verbal agreement. Okay, well, why didn't you write it down? We didn't want to spend $2,000 on a lawyer. Well, guess what? Now you're going to spend $200,000.
Right. It makes total sense. And I think that anybody that's been in business long enough to go through these things sees that value very quickly, right? And it's hard to see it when you're first starting, and especially if you're starting with nothing and scraping and scrapping and trying to build this thing from scratch. But you will very quickly find that, especially as you start to grow, the notorious BIG, more money, more problems.
Don't be penny wise, pound foolish.